Welcome back, beauties, to another episode of Holistic Beauty. We just had to take a break because last episode was so good and we had so much that we wanted to say and share until we just took a little break, and we're back so that we can talk about specifically how we can take care of yourself. So we actually sat here and kind of brainstormed some things together because we wanted to have something specific that you could try out. But we also wanted to brainstorm for ourselves, like, what are some things we can do? I know when a lot of people hear self-care, some of the things that they think about is pedicures, getting your nails done, getting a massage, getting a facial, or taking a bath, you know, those things. But we wanted to think of some things outside of that you could do that will really feed your soul, really nurture you, and really rejuvenate you so that when you come back from those self-care sessions, you're ready to give a little more to the people that you love and the people that are in your life. So, one of the first things on our list is to take a trip. Now, I love to travel. You love to travel?
I do.
Absolutely love to travel. And I know that turns a lot of people off when they hear it because they're like, you know, that takes a lot of planning and it's just not practical. I can't take off work for a week, you know, or all of those things. But they can be local trips, very mini-like trips.
Yeah.
Like a local hotel. I really love to go to hotels. It can be one night. It doesn't have to be this whole week-long thing that you've planned out. Just getting out of your normal environment.
Right.
And putting yourself in a more serene environment where there aren't the distractions. Sometimes it's hard for people to take care of themselves because home is a distraction.
Yes.
Like if they, the dishes aren't washed.
Yes.
Oh, the laundry.
That's
Or the children won't stop calling your name because they know you're home.
Yes.
The husband won't stop needing you because you're home. So you have to. Where are my keys? So, you have to take yourself out of your everyday environment sometimes so that you can focus on yourself. And when you take that, like, I love the hotel. And so when you take yourself outside of that, you don't have to do like very specific things. Just putting yourself in a different environment where you don't have the distractions and being able to sleep in without waking up to make breakfast for somebody can make all of the difference. Being able to watch what you want to watch on television. Let's just settle in right there, okay? Raise your hand if everybody else in the house runs the remote control. I can't ever watch what I really like. I have to wait till everybody is gone. And then if they come home, like while I'm watching, they turn it.
Yes. Oh my.
I can't get up to go to the bathroom. I got up to go do something. I was like coming right back to my show. He turned it.
So it's just not my house.
No.
Okay.
It's not just your house. And I'm sure it's not just, I know somebody out there is like slapping their knee and like giving the virtual high five because, so in this hotel room, you can flip that channel, watch every shopping network, Lifetime movie, and I love Annie. Yeah, I love Annie, the old school Annie.
Oh yeah.
With the little red hair.
Uh-huh.
I like musicals, so I like to watch, I want to watch it.
Okay.
I love, and look, I know the songs.
Do you?
I know all the songs.
Oh.
And if it's one of my favorite, I might get up and do the choreography too. Yeah, that's me.
I ain't seen that side. I have not seen that side.
I'm like all into it, but I don't get to do that, and it's something I enjoy doing. It brings joy to me. Like I just enjoy that. So you can do that in those hotel rooms or sleep. I know that it's a lot of, especially if you have young children, and your children don't even have to be young for you to be sleep deprived. Like there is always something to do.
Yeah.
As a mom. And as a wife or a business owner, I can't forget about you business owners because You might not be a mom and you might not be a wife, but we all know your business is your baby. And your business can become your life, and your business can drain so much out of you until you end up putting yourself on the back burner. So another thing is going to be sleep.
Yeah, you know what?
What is that?
I did that for somebody else's business.
Oh, let's
I
not
did.
talk about how being an employee
I mean,
can
completely
drain
immerse
you.
myself in that.
Right.
You know.
Right.
You know.
To make somebody else's dream come true. And let's just be real about this aspect right here. There are some great employers out there, but there's tons of not so great employers that they don't care if you're taking care of yourself or not. They don't care about, other things in your life. They just need you to get stuff done for them.
Yeah.
And
So they can go on the vacation.
So they can
go to that hotel.
Yes.
Or they can be at home watching the TV.
Because guess what? They're probably taking care of themselves.
Yeah. Self-care is number one on their list.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're so right about that. And so I've been there before too, where I've just really poured myself out into a job. And it was too much. I wasn't taking care of myself, and I would just totally self-sacrifice for that job. So if you're a mom, a wife, or a business owner, some things to take care of yourself could be as little as sleep, as little as eating. Eating and eating well. I remember when my kids were younger, sometimes I would not eat. I was either so tired or so busy that I wouldn't eat. It was easy to forget about eating, or if I did, I wasn't eating well. I know some of you out there, grabbing chips, grabbing cookies, grabbing just a snack. And by the time you get to the end of the day, you didn't have a meal to actually nourish yourself. That's not healthy, and it's not taking care of yourself. You need to love yourself enough to say, you know what? Things need to wait right now. I need to feed myself. I need to eat. I need to make sure I have the energy that I need in order to keep myself healthy. I need to eat. You have to schedule in a lunch, a lunch break sometimes. Another thing on the list, let's go back to talking about that trip. Another thing that might turn people off of the trip is going to be the cost. I would love to travel, but can't quite afford that. I know you said local, but I still kind of don't have the funds because, let's be real, nobody want to go stay in Motel 6 for their self-care hotel stay.
Nobody. And if you do, we need to talk.
We need to talk.
We need to talk.
We need to help you level up in this self-care deal.
There's so much better.
There's
so much better.
And you deserve it.
Yes.
So one of the
It's available to you.
It
Don't give
is.
yourself that
So
deserve.
one of the things that we thought about was starting a self-care account. I really recommend Digit for your self-care account because it's one of these apps that you can connect to your bank account, and it just takes small amounts out of your account, here and there, and puts it aside in your Digit account, and you just let it build. I mean, it could be something as small as $1 that it takes out. Sometimes it's taking out $12, but it deducts in a way where you don't feel it. And this is great for people who have a hard time saving or don't even have an awareness to save their money. Digit is great. It doesn't cause your account to go into overdraft. It takes into account your spending habits and how much is in your account. And it just takes just a little bit to begin to build your nest egg. So this Digit account can be your self-care account. I already started mine. And that account, you can let it build so that you can have those extra funds to do some things that you want to do for yourself, especially if they are more on the extravagant scale. You can say, I know, right? So you can say, okay, right now and another thing about Digit is you can designate and name what you're saving for and say,
okay.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You should really try it out. It's called Digit. But so you can say, hey, I'm saving for my local hotel trip, and just and it adds up quickly. Don't think, oh, $1 here, $2 there is not going to make it. Adds up very quickly because it's taking out every couple of days, sometimes daily. It just depends on the habits of your account. But it can add up, and before you know it, you'll have your self-care money. So it's kind of an automatic way to make sure you have what you need to take care of yourself if money a lot of times is an issue. Another thing we thought of is, I know that we have actually been talking about self-care a lot, probably almost the last 4 to 6 months. We've been talking about it because it's just been becoming increasingly important to us in a way that it can no longer be ignored, and that we have to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves. So we've had some great conversations together, and we've had some great conversations with other people. And I know you shared with me a great conversation that you had with a seasoned woman who had been through a lot in her life. And I just wanted everyone else to hear what you shared with me, what she had to say about self-care.
Yes, we were talking the other day, and she told me that she is now at the later stage of her life. She is now, you get to a point where, it's you and your spouse, and, you imagine once you get there, you're going to travel and do all these different types of things. But she is at a point where she's at that stage in her life, but what she has to focus on is a lot of health issues that she has now. And she told me out of her own mouth, she said, if I had taken the time years ago to take care of myself properly, then the things that I'm dealing with now would not even be. She said that out of her own mouth. I would not have these issues. I would not be dealing with what I'm dealing with now had I taken the time out for myself years ago. Because she focused on everybody else. She focused on everything at her job. And she really put herself on the back burner and kept herself there. And now she's at that stage in her life where kids are grown. It's just her and her husband. And instead of her being able to move around freely like she wants to, she's still stuck, but dealing with, she's taking care of herself now, but in a way to where she won't get sicker, versus, I'm taking care of myself, my kids are grown, I can get up and move and do what I want to do. I mean, she can do that, but she has this added, factor of bad health because she did not take care of herself at all. So, yeah.
You do not want to get there.
Yeah.
You want to be able to enjoy your later years in life. And I think because when we're younger, for a lot of us, we don't see immediate consequences to the lack of self-care or poor self-care. It's easy to just continue to go, and it's easy to continue to kind of ignore it and push it to the side. But there will come a day when your body says, you must take care. You must take care of me. Your body's going to tell off on you. Your life is going to tell off on you. Your state of mind. It's all going to tell off on you if you don't take care of yourself. And I know all of us probably want to be in our later years in life, propped up somewhere on a beach, out of the country, being able to enjoy ourselves. But imagine not being able to do that because you didn't take care of yourself. And so your health is very poor and rapidly declining. So it's very important to take care of yourself. Let's see what else we have on our list. How about you talk on those two, Talisha? Let's talk on the something new. The try something new.
Oh. Well, have I tried anything new? I don't think I've tried anything
You
new.
haven't.
No, I haven't. I haven't tried anything new.
That has to be on your personal list.
That does. Hold on, let me think.
She's like, let me think.
I have not tried anything new.
I think something new needs to be on your list for self-care for a few reasons. One, because when we think of self-care, a lot of times we kind of fall into what we enjoy doing. But like I said earlier in one of the earlier videos, a lot of times you haven't taken care of yourself for so long that you have to rediscover yourself.
Right.
Because you've grown,
Right.
you didn't recognize the transition, so your like desires and things that you like may have changed. So you have to go on this journey of rediscovery, self-discovery, to see what do I like, and what better way to do that besides trying something new, something that you know you never would have known that you enjoyed. Give it a try. You have nothing to lose.
Listening to you talk, I realized I went back, but I stayed there.
But you stayed.
I stayed there. So I remembered everything I like to do before kids and all that, but I've stayed there. I mean, I've kind of made it bigger, but I've stayed there in that bubble.
So for all of you, I actually challenge everybody to do two things. What I want you to do is make a list of some things that you can do to take care of yourself, self-care. They can be extravagant or not. There's nothing wrong if your list is not extravagant. It can be as simple as eating, sleeping, or drinking a cup of tea, you know, for 10 minutes before you get your day started. But I want you to go ahead and make that list. But on that list, the second thing I want you to do is put something new on there to try. Something that you have never done, whether it's a DIY project that you want to do, whether it's a new restaurant you want to experience. Maybe you've never went to a restaurant to eat by yourself before. I have too. I broke that nervousness of doing that like early on.
Yeah.
And but maybe you haven't, or maybe you haven't gone to a movie by yourself and done things by yourself. Put that on your list. Sit and really think, what are some new things that I can test out and try to just rediscover things that I like, things that make me feel good, and things that may fulfill me. And the last thing that we're going to talk about, which is really, really good, is therapy. Therapy. What do you mean by therapy? Going to therapy. So what do you think about therapy as it relates to self-care?
It should be a part of self-care because it deals with your mind and your thoughts and everything. And sometimes those are everywhere. Those are everywhere and you're not able to function like you need to function. So, and it is taboo.
It is.
It's taboo, especially in the Black community. It's very taboo. Or it's something like that's, you know, not necessary. But it is necessary. It is. Depression is very real.
It is.
And you need tools to deal with it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I know, especially if you have been the one that has neglected yourself throughout your children's entire childhood and now maybe they're adults, there might be some things you need to work through.
Yeah.
That you need help working through. That even though we're sharing this with you, you get off of this video and you still just really don't know how to cope with it, how to deal with it, where to start. You may need some therapy for someone to really be able to hone in on some issues that you may be having to help you work through this process of self-discovery. So there's nothing wrong with it. You don't have to wait until something is terribly wrong to go to therapy. Therapy can just be part of your normal self-care routine, making sure that you don't have a bunch of junk weighing you down, continuing to heal and cleanse yourself from past issues that you may have had that are affecting you being able to take care of yourself today. Sometimes it's because of an issue that happened back then, why it's so hard for you to take care of yourself, or why it's so hard to see yourself as important enough and valued enough and worthy enough to take care of yourself. It's not always that you don't want to or don't have the time. Sometimes you don't think you're worth it.
You are.
You are. I'm here to let you know you're valuable, you're worth it, you're worth everything extravagant as it can get. You are worth it and you should take care of yourself. I hope you all enjoyed today's video because I really enjoyed having my bestie with me to talk about self-care. We're kicking it off. But it doesn't stop here. So continue to join me here every single Friday while we go through this self-care series, and I'll be tackling a lot of issues And like I said, we'll also be doing some vlog style where I'm going to bring you into my world of self-care, and hopefully you get some ideas and inspiration from that. Thanks again for watching. See you all next Friday.